Thabiso on Jacaranda FM.
Is the SA Music Show 2.0 en nou speel ek vir jou slegs plaaslike musiek en natuurlik die musiek van ons gas wat saam met ons in die ateljee is. You can also join me live on TikTok. Thabiso is my name. Also, if you want to see who is our guest, we had a lekker guest here, Andre.
Ja, Tabs, ek weet, jy het my op hierdie ene. Ek weet Bruno Mars was een van sy groot influences. Maar ja, kom ons kyk waar gaan dit heen. Ek kan nie wag om jou interview te hoor nie.
Kom ons kyk verseker waarheen dit heen gaan, want as ek so maak, gaan jy definitief weet.
No price you would not pay for me with your life. And I have a night I lie.
Dames en here, geagte luisteraar, ladies and gentlemen, in the Jacaranda FM building today. As I said, I'm gonna try not get emotional in this interview, but man, oh man, the one and only Garth Taylor is in the Jacaranda FM building. Garth, welcome.
Thabiso, at last. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute indeed. And like, where do I start? I'm thinking to myself, where do I start when it comes to the Garth Taylor being in the Jacaranda FM building, right? I think let's start off from your childhood. You are originally from Zim.
That's right, yeah. Well, born in South Africa, believe it or not.
Okay.
In Durban. And I was taken away to Zimbabwe at an early age. I was just after I turned 2, I went to Zim and grew up there.
Wow, man.
Yeah.
And would you say that basically having these two places where, let's say, you grew up in, also shaped character within you?
Most definitely did. In fact, it's something that I ponder every day. There's a South African culture, and nowadays it's refreshingly better than what it was. But if I was to take us back 20 years, there was the white, then there was a coloured, then there was a black, then there was Indian, then there was everything like that. And growing up in Zimbabwe, where we didn't have that separation, it's funny because a lot of people thought that Zimbabwe was a very racist community. It really wasn't. It was my best friends in school were people that listened to Sholo Ama and Temptations and George Benson and the Braids and Fugees. Wow. Those were my friends. So I come to South Africa as an adult and there's this huge separation. I'm like, I didn't understand it, and I was very grateful. When I arrived back in this country to live, I was so grateful that I didn't grow up in this country. I know that sounds bad, and I mean no disrespect to South Africans, but wow, man. Zimbabweans can teach us a thing or two about togetherness.
And that's why they say, you have to travel. I think sometimes you're so ignorant, and I brought this for myself, sometimes we're so ignorant because we don't travel enough and see places enough and see other cultures enough and experience them to actually be able to come to a conclusion like that,
Yeah.
I'm going to stick back to your childhood, and I want to take you back to this. Tell me what this means to you.
Oh my God, that you've been spying on me. I'm teaching my stepdaughter that song at the moment on the guitar.
How is that?
Yeah, that's a song.
Wow.
That's the first song I ever learned on the guitar.
Who is this, Garth?
That's the Animals. House of the Rising Sun.
100%.
Taught to me by my mother on an echo guitar. It was her guitar that she used to walk around pubs and bars and sing it to make money. And the guitar was so big for me, I could hardly get my hand over the guitar. So I used to rest the front part of the guitar. It's got that big bulb and it's got the small bulb. I used to rest the small bulb on my leg, and I could just get my arm over. And then she'd put a capo, which basically tunes the guitar right up. And I'd play all the chords way higher than what they're supposed to be. And this is the very first song I ever learned.
Oh, wow.
House of the Rising Sun.
Yes, Steve, man. And looking back now, was probably you're very grateful that Mom took this time with you and taught you music, because, man, I mean, you've been in the industry. We were chatting about it off air now.
Yeah.
Basically 30 years that you've been doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
How do you stay this consistent?
We were also talking off air about being able to separate yourself.
100%.
So it's very easy let me put it this way. When you get a lot of attention, it's very easy to think that that attention is based on your brand, who is you, and it becomes you, and then you think that you're the business, you know. I'm not saying I'm not the business. I am the business. When it comes to
100%.
music, I've been consistent.
100%.
But as a person, there's people that like me, there's people that don't like me. And I don't spend my life seeking affirmation as a person. I spend my life seeking success in the music. My brand, Garth Taylor, is outside of the person Garth Taylor. I want everyone to love my music. I want everyone to listen to my music. But if I want people to love me, I have to work at me. And that's how I've managed to keep consistent, because my entire music career, I've managed to place myself outside of myself and say, there's the brand. That's what people are looking at. That's what people are listening to. But here's the person. The minute you start blurring those lines is when you set up to fail. And I've watched so many musicians and artists set up to fail every single time. I mean, do you think Will Smith raps at home? Do you think he walks in the house saying, yo, this is the Fresh Prince of Bel-" No, he doesn't. He walks in the house and he loves his kids and he loves his wife.
Man.
And he's a man.
We're just talking about
Yeah.
this just now that, you know, I feel so guilty. I haven't been home for the weekend, and it's of course we work.
Yeah,
And I've
exactly.
decided that after the show I'm going to go dad very hard.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But when you're here, Thabiso, I mean, you're the business, you know? You're the
man.
voice, you're the look, that's it. And I think my consistency is because I'm able to separate those two things. I've never ever blurred the lines between who I am and what I do, and that enables me to work really hard at what I do, and also work hard at who I am.
Oh, man. You can hear this guy has a lot of wisdom, eh? We have a lot of wisdom. Garth Taylor's in the Jacaranda FM building. We're going to talk about Forevermore in a moment. And also there's something very interesting that I found out about you, that you are a champ of. I was like, hey, this guy. Okay, we're going to come back with that. Let's play the music.
The SA Music Show on Jacaranda FM.
Ons chat vandag saam met die een en enigste Garth Taylor. Hy het 'n nuwe enkelsnit uit, Forevermore. We're going to chat a little bit about that in a while. But let me take you back. You are 17 years in it, Garth, and you release Made. I think, if my memory serves me right, it was your 4th album.
Yeah, something like that.
And and we were actually talking about this off air in a little bit just now as well. Not to like blow yourself up or whatever the case may be, but when you actually chose that title, right?
Yeah.
Would you say that then you felt that, okay, cool, I've made it, I'm in it now?
Yeah, so that's actually a very good question, because a lot of people thought that there was a connotation between made and if I've made it. And so it was more like, so I don't know if you remember George Michael, Prince, Symbol.
100%.
They all recorded and made their own albums. So pretty much that entire album I had produced and, structured the whole thing, and then I went on to collab with Denham Harding. But I called the album Made because I'd basically made the entire album. I didn't co-write, and the album I'd literally, it was about 90% done, and then I had Denham Harding come on and put the finishing touches with me. So Made was the fact that I'd made the album myself.
Nice, man.
But yeah, it also came across, I might have come across as now I've made it, but no, the truth is I made it in 1998.
Nice.
So.
Talk about made and also writing, right? The song, Why? You basically wrote that song in about 20 minutes.
It was quick. It was, some songs I write very fast. There's a song I wrote after watching a series of Oprah. Remember Oprah?
Yes.
I watched Oprah, and she had said that you need to write down your feelings. And I came from an abusive childhood, and one of the things that I'd found healed me after actually watching an episode of Oprah. Yes, I learned from Oprah. Was to write things down. And a song I wrote in 7 minutes. It was a song called "Raise My Hand." I often find the songs I write quicker are the songs that are emotional songs that actually come from somewhere. I don't just write, there's something I want to get out there, something I want to say. And so Why was a song that was also written because I had I'd been involved and was dating a girl who I didn't know was pregnant with someone else's kid when I first started dating her. And as she started showing, she was like, yeah, well, you know, I didn't want to tell you to scare you away. And I said, no, you won't scare me away, said a 20-year-old Garth Taylor. No, not at all. And I got scared. I was scared, and I ended up dropping her. And I wrote the song Why. Basically, it started as a kind of letter / poem. And yeah, so that was my feelings also at the time.
It makes sense why I felt that song so much now. Because coming to think of it, I was in between primary school and high school. I'm giving away my age, and it's probably yours.
Yeah.
But I say with age comes wisdom. I love it. I love it.
Preach, brother.
Yeah, definitely. And I think I related to it, but that for me was a bit of a different time.
Yeah.
Especially with girls, you know, we were still transitioning from 94, so there was still a bit of apartheid hanging in the air. Yeah. And this Thabiso used to be very interested in the white girls, not in the black girls, in the white girls. And now you'd want to date these white girls, and the white guys are like, nah, they got die skape in bokke meng nie. I always laughed about that. Garth, back to you. This is not about me, this is about you.
You didn't tell us why the song resonated with you. Did you get dumped? Did someone dump you?
I got dumped so bad.
Oh, no.
So bad.
No.
So bad. So yeah, but that song brought healing though. It brought healing. Do
you know the word laughed inside? It's at the end of why. That's something I've always I've thought when I speak, I have this way of putting things into a certain perspective that people sometimes understand. And you know that feeling when you're so happy, you're not laughing on the outside. You're so happy and you get this feeling. It's almost like you've got a little Okie inside you, a little guy inside you going, ah, ha, 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 ha. And you got that feeling like you're laughing, but you're not laughing. Have you ever had that happy feeling?
Yep.
That's what, remember how we made the deal and we laughed inside in the song Why. And so a lot of my songs, if you listen carefully and you check the lyrics out, you'll see there's a lot of those moments in a lot of my songs ever since then. I've always had this way of putting things, and that's something that I've always remembered, when you laugh inside. And that's just another kind of happiness, yeah. Anyway.
That's how I'm feeling right now interviewing you.
Oh,
honestly, you literally just put it so much into beautiful words there.
No, you're making me shy now.
So, only the truth. This is something that I think not a lot of people know about you, but you are a SA amateur kickboxing champ. How did that happen?
Former SA kickboxing champ. Well, I was always interested in martial arts once I turned to adulthood. And the reason why is because I just felt that I wanted to be able to defend myself. Being a small guy, you know, I was very thin, I was very weak. I mean, I spent most of my time doing creative stuff. And I was almost like a target. It's funny, it seems like predators out there almost know who to go for.
Oh, you don't say.
It's weird. It's the weirdest thing. And I always felt like a target. And so aside from I mean, the last time I was abused sexually was 19 years old. And I know, sorry, it's a bit deep and dark, but the truth is.
No, but it's the truth. I love it. This is what we do. We're real.
I wanted to learn how to fight back. Because at that time I was just like, I actually went to ride motorcycles with somebody. He invited me. I worked at a bike shop selling spares as part-time. And this guy said, oh, come away for the weekend and we'll go riding bikes. And I was like, wow, I actually get to ride off-road bikes. And he molested me that night. And I was like, wow, I need to learn how to fight back. Because I'm uncomfortable, tears are streaming down my face, and I just wasn't fighting back. And that's why I learned how to do kickboxing. You know, that I'm going to learn how to fight. Because the next time some mofo lays his hands on me,
you can actually,
I'm going to lay my hands on him.
100%.
And or her, whatever. At the time I was like, I didn't want to get abused. So I learned. And later on in life, I used to talk about it. Yes, it used to be interview points. So you do kickboxing? I'm like, yeah. People are like, yeah, it's like cycling or playing tennis. And I thought, wow, it's kind of, I really wanted to achieve the best that I could possibly achieve at what I did. And it's that if you know me, you'll know that I'll always go. I have tenacity. I'll persevere and I'll keep going until I achieve what I set out to achieve. And maybe it comes from my childhood, feeling like I was always on the back foot. You know, I was in a home for 10 years, So I don't know, maybe like because when we got to Zimbabwe, I was put back in a home. I didn't tell you that part. And I always felt like maybe I just need to just do more than the next person. Now, I'm not a victim, okay? I'm certainly not a victim. I'm a survivor. So I survived what I went through, and the way I survived it was doing the absolute best.
Come on, yeah.
Fast forward to 2014, I decided instead of just winning provincial championships and going and fighting and win, I thought, I'm gonna get something. I'm gonna get something. It's like a gold record of fighting. So I went and I competed in the South African Championships, and I worked hard. They were great fighters. I mean, it was really tough. But I came out as the South African champion, and that's an attestament to how I am in life. Also with my music, with my people, I try really hard, and I want to be the best that I can possibly be at anything I set my heart at. Otherwise, I don't want to do it. I'd rather just not do it.
Garth Taylor's in the Jacaranda FM building, gooiing us with pearls hier. Yo! Doja Cat on the way. Dan gaan ons in die laaste stukkie wat ons lekker saam met hom chat.
The SA Music Show with Thabiso on Jacaranda FM.
In the Jacaranda FM building today, as we do the SA Music Show, we have the one and only Garth Taylor. Ons gaan hom nou 'n bietjie vra oor sy song, and of course this song we're going to play as a breakaway song, as we normally do when we start the SA Music Countdown. Before we get there though, ek het 'n paar boodskappe hier ontvang. Andre, jy sê jy kan vir Garth van Erns onthou.
Yes, got to say that he sang the song with Melanie Lau. She sang the song with him. Islands in the Stream.
Islands in the Stream, lekker. So jy het 'n paar memories daar. So maar ek het ook hierdie boodskapie ontvang, and I always say there's a reason why I come here, and I prep very well, and I do what I do, and I love doing this, and if I can make a difference in someone's life, and especially now with the helping hand of Garth here, dis vir my so spesiaal, man. Ek het hierdie boodskapie ontvang.
Hi Thabiso, listen here. He put it this way, he inspired me so much now that where I was in my life, where I was actually now in my life, doing a car gardening, whatever, inspires me so much now that I can persevere even more where I want to be.
Indeed.
Be in my life. Tyrone van Betel at Pumalanga.
I love it, man. Thank you so much, Tyrone, for your message. Brother, this is literally what you do.
Yeah.
This is what you do. You literally, your music spoke to me when I was little, and not knowing that I was listening to your music through Jacaranda FM, not knowing that fast forward a few years later, I'd actually be sitting here and presenting and getting to interview you, which is like literally today is like a cherry on top, man. I'm going to go sleep with a smile.
No, the honor's mine. Could I speak to Tyrone?
100%,
Could I just speak?
100%.
So Tyrone, brother, I feel you, man, and I've come from a background myself where I don't believe that anybody on this earth is nothing, but unfortunately people place you in a category, and that you can do anything, man. I came from a children's home. 10 years I was in there, and I worked, and I just want to say to you that I'm behind you. So everything you do, just think that I'm right there, man. Thank you so much, man.
I love it. Garth, before I let you go, please talk to me about Forevermore. Talk to me about the song, the inspiration, also the album, of course.
Yeah.
So
the Forevermore was the first single of a new album called 23, released under my label Soul Funk. The album started a year and a half ago. I know it's weird, but let me tell you something, that this is literally the hardest work I've ever done on a project. So before I go home, I'd really want to play a few things to you just off the air.
100%.
I did promise, but it wasn't ready for today. But the first single of this new album, it was just the direction that I've been planning for the last, I'd say, 10 years. I wanted to do an album that was true to Garth, true to me.
Sure.
Like something, I wanted to take myself back, strip down everything else, all the trends, all the fashions, and I just wanted to go back to being that guy who wrote a song just about the cool things that I believe in. And so Forevermore came around, and there's a music video out, and you'll hear immediately the sing-along nature of this track, Forevermore, and I'm so proud to announce it as the first single of my 23 album.
Oh man, amazing stuff. We're going to play it. It will be at about 4:15.
Yay.
That we'll be playing the song for the very first time here on Jacaranda FM. Ek kan nie wag daarvoor, and it would be a breakaway song, of course. Just before we let you go, my dearest sir, een paar goedjies wat ons luisteraars nou nie weet van jou af nie, is that of course you are dadding at the moment. Me and you actually share something. I'm also a stepdad. Very proud of it. Very, very proud of it.
Well, I'm proud of you.
Thank
to be
you.
a stepdad is more hard, man. It's difficult. There's a lot of odds against you. It's like there's another man and all his friends and all their friends. And it's like as you step into this, everyone hates you, man.
I love how you say it's more hard.
It's more hard because you can't moor anyone, and they all hate you. And all you're trying to do is love them. So I'm proud of you. I'm telling you, I'm proud of you. You're a man. You're a real man.
But besides this, you love stuff like fishing, surf, and what surprised me is you surf.
Yeah.
Wow, which is super cool. And of course, the motorbiking part that I know, I've actually seen it in one of your music videos as well. And that they like a motorfiets ride also, and flying
it's a Suzuki.
as well. Yeah,
I love Suzuki. My boat motor is Suzuki. I ride Suzuki motorcycles. I love them.
What would you say is your favorite when it comes to these things?
Geez, there's a season. So sometimes I just need to get out of town. I'm not a city boy. Funny enough, I don't belong behind walls.
No, concrete
I
jungle
want
is
to go
not it.
outdoors.
Yep.
I want to be out there.
Yeah.
So fishing, I love sitting on my boat and fishing. I don't fish by putting worms on. I use artificial lures and things that I make myself.
Oh wow.
And I go and catch bass, or I go catch sport fish, game fish in the ocean. Then I play golf also. I ride motorcycles. I fly aircraft. I'm one lesson into my PPL, so I'm going to fly my own aircraft one day, like John Travolta. Yeah, if he can do it, I can do it.
Of course.
Yeah, and I just have so many hobbies. But everything's like a season. So I would say ultimate favorite is fishing, being on the boat and just being out there. I'm not thinking about work. I'm not thinking about it. I'm just like, all I'm worried about is which one of those little suckers is going to bite that hook.
God, you're such a fun guy to be on. You have to come visit again. You just have to come visit again.
I'd love to when we launch, man.
100%. The Garth Taylor about to leave the Jacaranda FM building. It was so lucky om saam met jou. Where do we get you on social media?
So everything is the Garth Taylor. So THE Garth Taylor. And I did that because there's actually, I'm not happy at all. I must just air grievance right now. I learned there's another Garth Taylor in the world, and he's a African American R&B vocalist. And I need to I think I need to go join one of those farmers and go end up in America so I can put a hit out on this guy, because there can be only one Garth Taylor, and I'm here in South Africa. So that's why I called myself the Garth Taylor. Not the other one,
the one, our South African one. That's who we love.
I'm not kidding. I love him. He's actually a good singer.
Nice. No, my God, thank you so much. Thank you for your time. You go and also dad hard now. Hope you have a fishing trip very, very soon. And please do come back and visit.
Thank you, man. What an amazing Sunday.
It was
great spending time with you. Thank you, Thabiso.
Thank you very, very much. We're about to go into the SA Music Show, of course, counting down your music, and not forgetting that breakaway song. It is, of course, Garth Taylor's new single. It's called Forevermore on Jacaranda FM, home of more music you love. Let's start the chart straight after this.
Thabiso Kambule on Jacaranda FM.